Hello, my name is Inkikis, and welcome to Community Bruhhaa. Hmm, Thank you for liking my videos, thank you for the comments, and thank you for the sharing. The questions you've been asking, I hope I've been able to give you satisfactory answers. Keep them coming, and by His grace, we'll be able to give more answers. All right, today, old school versus new school. Hmm. The area of old school I'm going to be looking at today is values. What are those values? Family values, community values that was practiced back then that seems to have been lost or upgraded, like the Gen Zs would say. Hmm. Upgraded? I beg to disagree. People talk now. Back in the day, you don't talk, you talk less, you listen more. For instance, as a young person, when elderly people gather to speak, you're not allowed to speak now. You don't just come up there and just voice out because you have an opinion or you think that you have the right answers and then begin to just say what it is. No. You sit down among elders and you listen to what they have to say. But today, once someone puts up a post, or an elderly person puts up a post, and they're saying things that you think you don't agree or doesn't conform with the today's norm or the trending things, pooh, you see young people, they begin to throw all sort of tongue lashing and saying things. Social media is even good, they might still say it there, but it has even gone worse that now you now sit down in the gathering of the elderly and they're saying things. And here you are coming up to say, give your own opinion without even being asked. You just feel that, hey, freedom of speech, hey, I have a right to say what I want, hey, I can say what I like. And you open your mouth and you just talk, you give your opinion. Should I tell you one of the consequences? Let me give you an example, or let me give you one experience. I was in a gathering of elderly people. In fact, let me just say elderly. I was in a gathering of the top echelon of the society. And they were just having a meeting and they were just talking and they were saying things. And I remember as they were talking, for some reason, I knew they threw something at me to just say, but I just simply laughed. And they kept talking, and I was just listening. And all of a sudden, I think someone said one or two things, and I just blotted out, not controlling. I laughed, I was like, oh, this, that. I just gave the opinion. And I could sense in the room an aura. In fact, I just sensed something. I kept quiet, and that went on. Do you know that after that meeting, the next time those people gathered, the same people gathered and they had the meeting, I wasn't invited. I was wondering, what did I do wrong? Then I was hinted by one of the PAs of the secretary that after I left or when they were now seated by themselves, they were like, these children of this generation, they don't even have respect. Adults are talking and they are talking. Can I tell you something? They are right. Number one, they're elderly. Number two, you don't always, even if you have an opinion, you don't have to speak because you will lose a lot. What did I lose in this instance? I didn't get to sit at the table with them again, and I lost certain opportunities that could have come if I was still in their midst. For heaven's sake, they own it. Their connections, there are things you can get from them. They're like favors you can get from them. In fact, just as it is, yes, they say that we young people will need to stand on their shoulders to soar high, but then it takes respect. It takes knowing when to speak and when not to speak. It takes in fact, the old school method where when adults gather to speak, young people listen. Even if you have your own opinion, you listen. Now, that day, I lost that connect and I lost that circle. So, you think about it. Because you can talk and you think you have all the ideas, do you have to talk? You don't know you get to lose so much when you talk. Sometimes, like they say, silence is golden. It's really precious. That's what they do back in the day that we have lost in the name of I can talk and I have an opinion. So I leave that for you to think about. that aspect of old school, listening and keeping quiet, it is respect, and respect takes you places. Would you have to lose things than gain things? Think about